Alrighty. Okay.
Go trial?
Yeah.
Trial?
Trial.
Trial.
Trial? Trial?
Trial.
Trial.
Alex, can you join the stream, please?
Don't do it. Haha, he listens. Nerd.
There we are. Thank you. Alright.
It was loud.
Hmm?
No, just the giant sound was loud. So I have to do something.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll press continue and we'll look over evidence. Yes.
Evidence.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough trial. Okay. Let's get welcome
There you
back.
go.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Okay, sounds good. Alright. Let's check our skills real quick. Oh boy.
Buy shit.
Yes. Yes, I will. Okay.
Oh wait, you barely have
I
anything.
barely have any. Doesn't really do anything. Oh, okay. 4. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. Scrum isn't terribly difficult, so I won't get anything for that one. That'd be helpful. Psych Taxi, that one's again not that difficult, so. Blade Lock, oh. No. Time penalty. Oh! Oh no, never mind. I might actually just save up for later. Is that okay?
What?
I mean, yeah.
What? No, that's not valid. You gotta pay for everything.
Probably did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It literally you can play through the game without buying any skills.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Not that difficult.
But we're on murder stuff.
Okay, let's check out, let's just run through these real quick. And also I'm gonna open up back up to voice chat in case somebody is typing. There we are. Okay.
Not me.
Okay. Ultimate Artist, Anji Yonaga, discovered Artist Lab, 2 AM. Stab wound to torso, huh? Okay. Laceration forehead. Second victim was Tenko Chabashira. Discovered vacant room 4th floor. Estimated time of death is 11 AM. Victim was stabbed in the back of the neck, resulting in death. 4 wax effigies created resurrection ritual. Rantaro Kaede Ryoma Kirumi. Upside down. Okay. The back door has a sliding lock. When the Anji's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. Handle of sliding lock moves at the slightest touch, so the golden shiny was on the handle. Stabbed into Kaede's effigy. Katana's old. The gold leaf rubs off easily. PTSD. Considering laceration, injuring the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should? Bloody piece of duct tape stuck to Anji's hair. Blood in it dried. Flowing pool from the back of Anji's neck created a pool. My bad. Book Monokuma prepared as a motive, attempted to carry out the ritual that the book entailed. And this is just everyone participate. Irrelevant, whatever you wish. You're supposed to label with the name of the deceased. Burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Trickle ashes of effigy. Repeat the name deceased 3 times. Close your eyes and wait. After a while, feel a tap on your back. Use ritual success. Ashes are only good for 1 use. The ritual can only be performed once. Use it wisely. Tsumugi. She locked herself in the Ultimate Artist Lab since yesterday working on the ritual. She would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. Student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Door with a cylindrical lock. Monodam swallowed the only key, so it could only be unlocked and unlocked from inside the lab. Before Anji's body was found, the door was locked. Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. Let me just... There we are. Yes, lock picking. From the cage aisle, 5 people. This is just the procedure. Forehead on the stone, curl up like a turtle. Center of the circle. Spirit medium, white cloth. Dog god on top of the cage. Turn off the lights. Completely dark. Seance will commence. All 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the cage child song. After the song is the cage child. They say the name of the spirit medium will reply with the voice of the spirit you summoned. Kibo has a flashlight in his eyes. Hold the corner of the room seance was held in. Space under the floor. There's a thudding sound during the seance. Dog statue is put on top of the iron cage. 175 pounds. Don't know how much of that is in kilos. Shuichi, Kokichi, Kyo, Himiko work together to put it on and remove it from the cage. White sheet. She was over the iron cage during seance. Very thick and cannot be seen through. There's blood on the back around the middle of the sheet, but no hole in the fabric. Kyo was the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it off the cage. Magic circle, drawn with salt. Drawn in the floor of the room where the seance was held. After Tenko's body is found, magic circle was trampled on. Impossible to check the original shape. The stone that was by Tenko's body, crouched over, forehead onto stone. Iron cage that Tenko was held in, 3 feet high and 5 feet wide, 79.5 kilos. Thank you so much, Sukul. Shuichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko. Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was at the bottom of the cage. Okay. Floorboard. Loose floorboard right below Tenko. It's not loose before the seance. Dried blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. Tenko died in crouched position. Injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Sickle that was under the floor of the room the seance was held in. The weapon became the ultimate. Weapon came from the ultimate assassin's lab. Blade was about 6 inches. Blood is still wet. Small amount of blood that was on the ground under the floor. No. Is quite far from where Tenko's blood was dripping. Cross piece under the floor. It was sewn off or cut off. Bloody Kokichi. While Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room from where the seance was held, he stepped through one of the floorboards. He died. Okay.
Nice.
That's all the evidence. Let me just...
Nice, of course.
Yeah. Alrighty, everything is looking golden. Let me just make sure. Okay. Yep. Alright guys, let's do this.
No.
Beginning class trial. Here we go.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Alrighty.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm going to be much help this time.
Yeah.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Oh, here we go.
Who did it?
Who did it?
Oh.
You did it.
Who killed Angie and
Also, this is voice. What?
You don't.
No.
Wait, do you not hear the voices, Alex?
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, no.
By himself.
Oh, no, no worries, no worries. I like your voice for Himiko.
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be 2 killers.
You did it.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Oh my god, it's so okay.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Oh my god. Wait, is he? Okay, he's the camera shaking.
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Kaido, ghosts, they're not real. Okay.
What the real
was committed by the recently deceased.
Okay.
They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
No, it didn't.
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Tsurugi,
Please, stop it!
Okay, I already know the answer, but I want to play it through so I can get a reaction screenshot of that last one.
It's a me.
This isn't about believing in reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statements. He looks like a Kaiji character. Were all those statements correct? FIG, yeah, because you have to burn it, so it wasn't completed. Okay.
Crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life
Okay,
and
and
killed
to
2 of
skip
our
it, I
classmates.
have to do.
No! So, ritual did work?
How do I skip?
Who was resurrected?
Skip?
I wonder?
Yeah, how do I like?
Angie
Speed
did
up?
say she was
Yeah, speed
gonna
up.
bring Rantaro back.
It would be tab on keyboard, but you're playing on controller, so I can't help you.
Resurrected.
Yeah.
The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
Okay, that's the best I can do.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
Let's see. Necronomicon.
They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual.
No, that's wrong.
It's also gay.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
Whoever voiced Monokuma at the time of reading this.
Oh yeah. After you just burn the book, dummy.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
burn the book, dummy. Still alive, baby. This guy should be mindful of carbon. No, just look at the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of it deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy. as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
I love Sumugi's pose there.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who? Who did it?
Oh,
you.
Go.
No.
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this.
Oh boy.
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Wow. Okay.
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. Just straight up.
I'm using brain cells.
Okay, let's just hear her.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab.
Oh, okay.
Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie.
Did not break in.
Yeah, I'm a fucking genius!
Is Korikyo really the culprit? Does this story fit the facts of the case? We should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
What was Sumugi's account again? Yeah.
And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
Goru Katana.
You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out
Okay,
of
so
Angie.
it might not be that.
Oh yeah, I'm a fucking genius!
No, okay, yeah, okay. Let's see. I just need something about the locked door, that's all.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was
I'll try this one.
found in Kyo's
how do
research lab.
There we go.
I did not care about some
katana. Just admit it, shit. You went to the classroom, broke in.
Okay, yeah, that's not it. Alex? Alex?
He's dead. Alright. He's dead.
Whether Kyo had a key or not, Angie would still let him enter her lab.
That's not true, though.
And from down there, you could have pinned her down and murder just like that.
I was wrong!
I was wrong! I made a mistake.
Fucking slut.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab.
We're just making sure. Locked herself. Working. We'll try this one.
You!
But anyone.
It was the murder. You're the only one who Kyo.
I care about some.
Just admit it, you shit. Broken.
There we are. That's wrong.
That's absolutely bonkers.
That's bonkers, you idiot.
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
Cunt.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
Gonna miss. Wait, what? What do you mean? Kita. Oh, Kita.
Kita.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Cause a robot ain't people, Jack!
Low blow.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
He's really done with it all.
Whatevs! The culprit should confess already! Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well...
No, not Gonta! Gonta would never kill Angie!
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Oh, wow.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Oh boy, okay.
Gonta not the culprit?
Not the culprit.
Oh. This is so cool. I'm 60. Oh.
You are the culprit.
Oh boy, okay. Okay.
You must consider other possibilities.
What possibilities?
Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
Okay.
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick
Not that
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit!
that door. Only student council members had access.
I heard it!
You didn't hit the V card. Congratulations on the V card.
I didn't hit the V card. Oh, no.
No, you did.
Oh, I did? Oh, sweet, okay.
It wasn't just
You did.
student
You
council
saw the
members that
V.
could have opened that lab door.
I misheard blood. No. Wait, why am I reading it?
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock.
Acupuncture time.
Click, click, click. Clack.
Clank. There, up and saves me.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it.
Yes.
I killed Angie.
Okay, case closed.
Nice.
Me, I'm a murderer.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
Okay, you know what? I think Kokichi's a really cool character. He's really grown on me. I really have to say. That's. Words don't make wham sounds, just saying. Maybe he was referring to her falling?
What?
I'm sorry.
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? It's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
Yes, they did.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The door the culprit locked last to seal the room was the back door, if I'm correct. Please, please, please.
That's it!
That's it!
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding door from outside was... Mind mystery. Oh boy. Oh crap. How do I... Okay,
Remember the numbers, Mason.
Right. Okay.
So, like, yeah, connecting...
When you
Just go.
explode one of them, it goes all of the surrounding, well, connecting
We'll
ones.
add a
to-
number.
Yeah,
Okay.
add a number.
Yeah, so go. It's okay.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
just you gotta find a thing.
Okay.
Think of Pokemon Pearl's mining game.
Oh boy.
Not really. And then, like, when you had to hit an individual one, it'll like lose time
Yeah, okay.
a bit.
I don't think that's the thing I'm looking for.
No, I don't know what you're looking for, but I do now.
There. No?
But keep looking.
Yeah, I think that's it. Whoops.
No, you're good.
Okay. Crud.
Just remove them.
Don't worry. Yeah, just remove them. Don't worry about like losing time.
Okay.
It's just not as much.
And then
And you gotta have to have the whole thing. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Ooh. Okay. So it's the sword itself. Okay.
What is the sword?
Deceived.
I was deceived.
Among.
Bamboozled. There's the sword.
Among Us.
There's the sickle. I see it. I just played Minesweeper in my head.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Fuck off, Monokuma.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
You can't just say that.
Now, that
It's
doesn't
Monokuma.
matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Bimodidum. Bimodidum.
The gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait,
No.
how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all.
It was.
The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
That's true.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
A different purpose. What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. It's like taxi! Let's go! Out! Run! Okay, how do I... okay. Oh crap, I missed one.
Time limit is fairly forgiving.
Yeah. Ooh.
Do you voodoo?
Voodoo the voodoo. Turn the handle of the sliding lock. And... okay. Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Or what turned the handle of the sliding lock? Okay.
Nah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit's better.
Sliding hill. Yes. Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're picking up women's.
What's up, Kaede? Alright. Is there a Monokuma here, by the way? Like, will there be?
No.
Okay.
Not in this one. I believe there's another one.
Okay.
It's in like another minigame, I believe.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I can't double check it.
What was then to move the katana? To make the katana turn the lock.
Cortana.
Cortana. Cortana. Cortana. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Stabbed into FG. Sliding lock was tampered with. Katana stabbed into the FG.
Oh wait, we actually probably dang.
Oh wait, we missed it?
Yeah, it was in the mind game.
Oh, darn.
That's fine.
Okay. That's cool though that it would be in there.
How are you expected to find those Monokumas?
I know, right?
Magic.
Magic.
It's literally like you have to play through the game 3 times.
Yeah. Or maybe they expect you to choose like a safe. Worth it.
Cutting lines.
Yeah. As effigy manipulated to make the katana effect blow up. It was swung. Swing back and forth. What? Sorry. Okay.
Yo, you killed somebody.
I can't.
Bro.
I can't believe it.
You killed the woman in your mind. How do you feel?
Oh,
you killed Kaede.
Oh, okay. That actually makes much more sense than what I thought. Okay. Sweet. I got it! Okay, guys. I might have ran over a lady in my brain, but I got the answer now.
What are you talking about?
Stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Alright.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with a katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us!
Yes.
Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it.
Yes.
As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Ah.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Yeah.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault? I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
Yeah.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have hit the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually
his alibi.
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
You said he lied.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
Okay, I didn't kill our friend. Gosh.
Not yet, at least.
Truth this time, right?
Oh, here we go.
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh! Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
Hmm.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
She's just masturbating in the corner.
Loudly. Frivolously.
I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Oh my freaking god.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it.
That is true.
Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Bruh. Let's go.
Kokichi's insults against Mio are based.
Yeah, they're truly based, dude.
Oh my god, my wrist! Oh, I accidentally hit my wrist on my desk. Oh my god.
Did Joel's accidentally killing himself?
Okay, we really like your work as Bulma. Can you please say these lines for us?
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
Just waiting.
Does this mean I'm a cum dumpster now?
Always have.
Knock one down on the bucket list, Mew.
That's right, Juicy Fart Dragon.
Oh no.
Always has been.
What should we talk about now?
Contest trying to segue.
We must
doesn't know.
focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
Wait, I just realized. She has. God, that's so mean.
Only one
He's
of
an
the student
Ingo.
council members or Kokichi could have gained.
I have went to Atua.
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsurugi,
Let's not mention Among Us.
and Kokichi.
You just did.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
Going back on his word.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. It's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
Oh.
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
That's a good point, actually.
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
That would make a really good Sentai Ranger show where all of them are prisoners or something.
Suspect rangers?
I
Non-Baka.
agree.
Oh, that's
Those
true.
under suspicion
Basically.
should explain themselves
Essentially.
thoroughly.
That's actually a really good point.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Oh
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tango have to die?
Oh.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What?
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We've got to figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Yee.
Himiko.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's
Nope.
no surprise.
Cool.
He was the blackened. He's running.
I needed a drink of water.
Oh, he's
No,
off,
I'm
man.
the Blackie. I killed myself.
Yeah, I think he died. Let's wait for him to come back. Yeah.
Gah. Yeah.
Gah.
He's back online. He's in Eyes playing Consider This. Hey Tickle! Welcome back. Everything all good, my friend? Okay. Is the stream looking okay for you? Tickle, all good?
I think he's good, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure that there's not an issue like there was last night where Discord is having an outage. Yeah.
Okay, well.
That's alright. Tickle said, give me a second. Of course. Welcome back, Tickle. Hi. Okay, everything all good? Okay, awesome. And Moo, you're there, right? Okay, sweet. Okay, we shall continue.
I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now.
Oh, here we go.
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. And now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her.
That's what gets me, cause everything Kokichi says is like abrasive, but it always leads to like some kind of good ending or like some kind of resolution of something. It's like he knows completely that he's doing this, that he's like that what he says, even though it's a rough thing, it results in something good. That's what confuses me.
You have to realize he knows when somebody lies.
Yeah.
So he probably knows immediately who's lying.
Seriously. It's way too late to realize that now.
Okay.
Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Let's talk more game. Sorry.
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is Death Curse.
That's going to appear in Danganronpa 4. I know it.
I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta want to know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever.
That's true.
Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
He's so tall.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tencrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tencrotch.
Tencrotch!
The people who attended the seance. The people who attended this. Okay, well, Kiba was there for a little bit. Korikyo, Shuichi, Himiko, Kokichi, yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah.
He didn't attend.
Oh, he attended the preparation for it, but not the seance. Is that right? Sorry. Me, Korikyo, Himiko, Kokichi, and Kiba. I think it was us 5. How was...
Only 4 participated in the seance. Please don't forget to like that.
I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud. They're going to kill me. Kokichi, yeah, okay, Kaito. No, not Kaito. Korikyo, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Okay, yep. Just my stress kicking in, okay.
That's it!
That's it!
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Your mom.
What the fuck? Does that need
So
a...
those 4 are the culprits!
I see. 5 suspects.
That was...
It was a really good time.
That was never mind.
That was a really...
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really...
I read that as Coinky Doinky before you said it.
The Coinky Doinky?
Kyo! He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes. If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Oh.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
Alex?
The middle room. The middle room's always best for the stuff like this.
Very well. I shall begin preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
A point of entry from the outside. He must be referring to... well, I guess I would just point over here, yeah. There! The floorboards.
You're talking about under the floor, right? Huh? Under the floor?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Your mom.
Oh my god.
Shut up, really.
Why you timed that so well? Oh my god. Oh my word. Oh, okay. Okay, wow. Getting right into it, okay. Okay.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Yes, that is true.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
There it is.
Huh? No.
So what's the marker stuff? Oh yeah.
Hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light, you can move around under the floor, but is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance. Crawling under.
Just making sure, and then just dark place, no light. That's what we need.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
Hold on a second.
Functions.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
The culprit's.
I'm gonna try this.
You are villain. Kibo.
Now hold on. Kibo could have used that function.
Okay, no, it's not that one. Okay.
Wasn't there a function to actually take a another bullet? I guess, or I guess take another. Option.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, because all of the ones that I have.
Jonto said candle.
Yeah.
Which it is true. You could use the candle.
Yeah, it's like because all the ones that are possible, like.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
Yeah, they work, but not for any of the things that they're saying. Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. I should have let you do that. Alex, just can you improv with that?
Especially the Kibo's flashlight.
Thank you.
Damn it!
I made a mistake. Oh wow, almost too hard.
Man, slut.
By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
That's not what I was trying to do. I'm sorry. I think I forgot how to do the gather thing. How do you do that? I held it with Y, but that turns it into a lie, and that's not right. Oh, the game no longer. Okay. That's okay.
That was Persona 2.
Yeah. Okay. You mean no, it's a lie button. Okay. Gotcha.
Persona 2.
Yeah. Tickle, can you?
Did you just say Persona 2?
It couldn't be a candle. There's no evidence to support that, is there?
I made a mistake. Oh boy. Okay.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Okay.
By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during
Okay, I'll use this because it's a blinding light.
the seance. How could they even see if they were under
Unless
the
it's the
floor?
hole in the corner and we could have seen it.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
A lot of these work. I'm gonna go
You
with.
see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean
I'm gonna go with hole in the corner.
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Kibo.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor. Speak into the empty room.
Okay.
I said, hold on a second. Use his robot function to get murders.
The culprit
sneaked in during the seance.
Okay.
By crawling under the floor. Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light. Light? You mean candle? I mean Kibo's flashlight function. Huh?
No,
hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
No, it's not that one either. Crap. Because a lot of these make sense. Please forgive me. Oh, okay. We already read this one.
Your mom.
Yeah, true. Damn it.
Can we stop?
Not my mom. Yeah, sorry.
The culprit sneaked
Not
in
my
during
mom.
the seance. By crawling under the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna try this last one. It's not be right.
Because it wasn't dark. You see, our villain.
There we are. Oh boy.
That's wrong!
That's wrong. I'm sorry. That's wrong.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
There we are.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your
Robophobic.
point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
It's ironic that was said by the text-to-speech voice.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Wow. Ow!
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Wow.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Gonta.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for this.
Okay, you listen here, Danganronpa.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Oh my god. Come on.
Meat on the bone.
No.
Meat on the bone. Bone on the meat.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Forgot.
Good.
One of these times, these murders are going to be a reference to the other Danganronpas.
Oh boy.
The corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage. That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it'll be Angie speaking through you.
No? Are you able to, or should I do it? Okay. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. What's Moo gonna say? Okay. Nothing. Oh, okay.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
Oh, gotcha.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Then she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Okay.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And
That's
she was
true.
dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Like that.
Oh my god.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit!
No.
There's no down!
Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might not be possible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during.
Yep. And then both of these could actually work, but I'm going to go with the cage.
Seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Cage was lifted.
That's
Like that.
okay. Wait, let me just make sure if there are. Cause yeah, okay. I remember now. Okay.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit!
White sheet. Oh darn it. Okay, I died. Because the sheet was removed first, and then Himiko removed the cage, if I'm correct. So, yeah, that was my logic. Sorry. I'll read Fakichi's line. If the cage, if the culprit killed her when they opened the cage, then only Himiko could have done it.
Oh no!
I made a mistake. Beep.
When Tenko got killed,
Then it was going to statement. That's my bad.
She was under the cage. And she was dead.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Yes! Oh darn it.
That's wrong!
That's wrong! I missed the B.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
what? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Oh boy, okay.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Blade lock against Neo.
Against me, okay. Oh, Cross Sword, I love the song.
Oh, yeah, cross sword rebellion.
I love this song so much.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage! They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage. And that clean white sheet...
Advance.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need.
Crap.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
No, it's not true.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Iron Cage. Darn it. Oh. Alex.
Huh? She was probably sitting down normally while she was in the cage. If you got a problem with that, then come up with an explanation, bucko.
Damn it!
Damn it! There we are. I made a mistake. I need to die.
Yo, you're the
Boy
culprit
kisser.
for some reason.
Damn it. I made too many mistakes. It's true. I killed Tenko. Do they think I did it?
This is what you get, boy liker.
Tickle.
Don't beating already. Well, this next part's mandatory, so let's get it over with. It's voting time.
Is this
Is it really over?
really the end?
It sure is, bucko.
Yeah, I'd like to retry.
We can't let it end
I
here.
can't let it end like this. I won't be dumb anymore. I'm backing you. I have my knife ready.
Tenko died after the seance.
Okay, okay, there we are.
It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
Event.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
Not true.
Sitting in there with
her neck all exposed.
But she was. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. Okay.
I was wrong.
I made a mistake.
the blade.
Because it said she was in the crouch position. Okay, I guess that doesn't work.
That's all you need.
Do you have the stone marker in the list?
Yes, Yes. I guess, yeah, I'll try.
Because that's where their head was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
Alright.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Try that? Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, thank you.
I'll cut through your words.
I'll cut through your words.
I'm sorry. I know sometimes like revealing the answer is not good.
No, because that was my other answer I was thinking of. But I thought it would be a tad bit more of a jump. But no, it was right. Thank you. Alright. Okay.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the
Got
cage
him.
itself was about 3 feet tall.
Hey, welcome back.
The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again. How
Yeah.
did this happen? I am so embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Sounds.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
Oh my god. Okay,
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
Wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Huh.
If they were in there, They could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Wow. You do.
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
Oh no. Ryoma, why?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to. No. Oh, okay. I thought they were implying that there's a disguise. I thought that they meant like that somebody disguised the Tenko and switched. Okay, sorry. Okay.
No, they can't do that.
Because she's. I don't know why.
Suicidal.
Because. Okay, sorry.
Try removing a floorboard under the pressure of an iron cage that weighs a few kilograms.
Okay.
Yeah, a few.
Okay.
79 kilograms.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was jumping around a bit much.
You are. Don't worry.
But
I don't get you. You're really narrow-minded for a detective.
Thanks.
Man.
Alright,
You just got called out.
Yeah, let's see. From inside the cage. Well, I mean, they're not saying it was Tenko, right? I mean...
I'm saying it was Tenko.
So, look at Tenko's X.
It's kinda wobbly.
Like a karma symbol.
Oh, okay.
Chakra.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I'm gonna go on a whim. Actually, this would be interesting. Decide.
Yeah.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Oh.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in the killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial. so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Yeah, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Quotation marks.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait! We should believe Tenko's last words!
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree.
That's respectable, actually.
No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Wow.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta, no one can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Proper reason.
Alright, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
No.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said.
Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after this sauce.
She said, "See you guys after." I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe.
Well,
I'm kind of floored, personally, so this is gonna be interesting.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did
Yo, let's go.
commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
That's cool.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide.
And then just making sure with this. A little too blunt. Or too vague.
Seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Okay.
Could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last.
Okay, it's not that one.
So, she would have it. Been able to throw it away in time, no? That is, I suppose, unless her death was instant.
Oh no!
I made a mistake.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to
I mean, maybe it's more from a file.
So she hid her true.
Suicide is not badass.
It is not.
Fair enough.
Intentions.
Just making sure. Wait, what did I say? Yeah.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the
Might not be it, but I'm gonna try. Okay, yeah, okay. That's fair.
Damn it!
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
The hole in the floor.
it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the.
And then.
Get the new blood. They got.
Last of her strength.
But I got.
Hell yeah.
She threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Yeah, when the Danganronpa soundtrack goes beep up, I feel that.
So far, suicide seems to be the best
Sorry,
explanation.
I'm struggling a tad on this. I think I'm centralizing on one thing.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Wait, I'm going to my recording and looking at the correct answer.
She could have secretly brought with it.
Holy, I accidentally synced up. What the fuck?
Oh.
I know what it is, but it's like there's like a few. It is like a required thing to do, if you know what I mean.
Ah, yeah, okay, I see. Okay, I just skipped forward and saw a single thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Wait, this adds up.
You need to lie.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
That's what I thought, okay.
All the pieces fit.
Okay, now which one is it? Okay.
So far, suicide
I mean,
seems to be the best
even if she was
Basically.
dead, unless her death was instant, so.
Unless her death was instant, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna lie and I assume the lie is that her death was instant. Oh, right, okay, sorry, you have to do it during.
but if Tenko did,
Okay, I'll try that.
finally with the last...
There we are. Okay.
There you go.
She died instantly.
Perjury?
Perjury.
Dang, Mitchell, you can't do that.
Couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
I mean, if she stabbed herself in the neck, she might as well have.
Instantly?
She knows.
Yep, that's good.
Her death might have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. I was watching my own video of this.
My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Murder?
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
Oh, okay. Wow. Alright.
What?
She realized.
Yep.
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Oh, he knows. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
Maki roll and Shuichi.
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Yes.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Oh, hell yeah. Beat up.
Oh yeah.
Love this track.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even change it. Wonderful.
Did anything seem out of the
Yeah, not
ordinary
much.
during the seance? There is something that bothers me.
Oh yeah, but the sample.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Nope.
How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Yep.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. It's totally pitch black. Was to relight the candles. These walls were seriously tough.
It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what could have happened. Just stay calm. Think. There must have been some kind of clue.
Did anything seem
Out of the ordinary during the seance? The seance failed. The ritual was perfect.
and yet it failed?
How utterly strange. Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
I agree!
Consent.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Gotcha.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. It could have fallen down.
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but...
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Maybe I can, we can hear the typing.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's so weird. You never hear that type. You never hear typing from me.
I mean, sometimes, but for some reason it's slightly louder this time around.
Gay. Anyways.
Day pancake.
Alright, go ahead.
A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. Try that. Okay, I'll try this one. Oh, darn it, okay. I was wondering if it's connected to that.
And that has nothing to do with sound during the sauce. Nobody's gonna believe you anymore if you keep saying random things, you know.
You don't get to say that.
Damn it!
Everyone's staring at me, except for me, you. Okay,
Man whore.
Oh. I mean, it couldn't have been,
Mew, you certainly suck at this, detective.
what's one of the floorboards? Well, that's Kokichi, but that didn't happen during, but if I... floorboard, iron cage... No, because... I'll try this one, just... It might not be it, but... It might lead me... Yeah, okay. Because that's in the future.
That was marinara sauce, you dummy.
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay.
So, question again?
Yeah, what caused the sound that was heard during the seance? The floorboard. It wasn't. Was it the floorboard? Okay, if it's that, then it might just be that.
Go with your gut.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It might just be that. I might have again thought a little far, which is my fault. Don't worry.
I did the same.
Yeah.
This is it!
This is it. Yeah, okay, sorry.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Floorboard had made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
Alright then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Oh boy, okay.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Yeah, it didn't.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Agree. It's okay, just kidding. Just not enough index to make the floorboard loose. Okay. Combine it. Think about everyone. Combine it with the facts. Okay. So maybe it's
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
God, it's actually so interesting that I can look through my recording and know the answer through that.
Purposely cut it. I mean, that
wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
That's not it.
Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Best of friends.
So what made
the floorboard come loose? Judging from the sound, there must have been
considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
This is a little stretch, but yeah, okay. I'm not at my best in this trial. I'm sorry.
Alright. Removing a floorboard is in total darkness seems somewhat impossible, does it not? I think it would have been difficult to remove that heavy floorboard during the seance.
That's true. Made a mistake.
So what made the floor?
Your wife is a mistake.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
I think you're fine because this is where it actually starts getting difficult. In my opinion.
Oh, okay.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Wait, actually.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous.
Beginning to believe.
It's like I'm the only one.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me that. Okay.
So what made the floorboard?
There's no way.
Tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
Maybe by accident. Okay, yeah, that's okay. It was a long shot.
If the culprit had their head on that tough floorboard, they would be dead.
I mean, not necessarily.
No, they would be dead.
But Maki.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
I'm literally an assassin.
I don't think you've ever killed anyone by accidentally knocking their head on the ceiling.
Maybe that person tore off the
Okay, maybe,
floorboard.
actually.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Okay, and what did...
Have you looked at all your other answers?
Someone must have stomped through the
Yeah, I have. So there's
floorboard.
sound, magic circle. I mean... stomped. No, that wouldn't be it. I don't think.
A floorboard that comes. Loose when you step on it is
Sickle under the floor.
dangerous.
Dried blood.
God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with ball.
Would I just be? I wouldn't just be using sound during seance again,
So what
right?
made the floorboard come loose?
Okay, so
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
I'm confident that it was cross piece, but
Maybe that person tore off the floor.
maybe I'll try with.
I am too, but at the same time, you didn't agree with the right person.
Yeah, it's probably Kokichi. Statue, cage,
That stood up with such.
stood up. Okay, Kokichi then.
Through the floorboard.
Yeah, okay.
I think it would be correct.
Yeah.
Consent!
Consent with Kokichi. Ew.
Kokichi
All
was
right,
right.
buddy.
The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off.
What?
After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I'll need to think carefully about the cross piece and the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the cross piece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut. The other two were intact. Oh, I didn't consider that part. Oh, okay. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think. Come on, think. Fishing? Oh, okay, hangman's, okay. Okay.
Oh boy, here it comes. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I got stuck. I think I died on this one.
Oh
Hold
boy.
on.
There we are, okay.
Yeah.
And
My first step was on this one.
Huh?
Do it.
Oh, wait. Okay, how about... Okay.
Look at him go! Alright.
Alright, and then... Seesaw... Well, I was thinking Tenko, but... So, the 6 letters. Victim?
There is no V.
Yeah, there's no V. Seesaw...
Floors?
Floor... Oh, maybe.
Is there an F?
Or...
There's no L.
Oh, there's no L? Oh, okay.
Alright.
I don't think there is.
Seesaw...
Yeah, this one was like a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Since I got the first part, but it took me a bit for like the
I
second
lost
part.
like 4 or 5 hearts on this.
Wow, okay.
So it's actually pretty simple.
Oh, okay. Seesaw trick. I'm gonna try. This might not be it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm dead.
Trick is a 5-letter word.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I mean, hey, Mr. Monokuma. I think they think I did it.
I think you're based.
No, I think I'm cringe.
Yeah, base cringe.
You know. Yeah, it was me.
It's cringe, father.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't let it
Oh,
end.
No, just kidding. I can't let it in like this. You
Dang it.
You idiot, Monokuma. You fell for my trap. Okay.
No, you fell for mine, nerd.
Give me an E.
E. That was an M, you dummy.
God dum dum.
Oh, oh, okay. I was thinking wait. But there's no I don't think.
There's E. There's so many E's.
Yeah. Seesaw. Wait. Seesaw.
Think with the letters in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Just they recommend pick a letter and then make a word out of it.
Yeah. Well, I know it's not E.
With it starting.
Yeah. It's not E and it's
What?
not W. Oh, it's not T and it's not W. Sorry.
It's not M.
Oh, okay. Seesaw. If E.
I swear nobody thinks of this. It's so dumb, even though it's so simple.
Yeah. Seesaw.
Seesaw E.
E F.
Oh! Okay.
No, it's simple.
Yeah. No, you're on the right path. Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Come on,
really?
it's-
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Here it is. Here it is, boys.
Oh no. Oh. There we go.
Here it is, boys.
Why?
Seesaw effect.
Why
Seesaw. Seesaw.
Seesaw effect, baby.
The incredibly strange crossword puzzle in my brain tells me it was a seesaw. Effect.
Yeah, baby, the
Cross
me.
piece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
Oh.
The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no cross piece,
Yeet.
the next cross piece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A
Figure.
lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
God.
Her whole body lifted up? Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Wow.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that was consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle when Tenko was killed? On top of the cage. Or... yeah, it was on top of the cage, like going into it. That's what I think.
That's it!
That's it.
No!
Was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Imagine getting launched into a sickle.
Imagine your dude facing upwards, getting your crotch launched.
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade.
Least favorite pastime.
It's true that the sickle's
Shut
handle
up.
was thick, which made the statue wobble.
Good.
But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
God.
Seesaw
The
effect.
blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact makes floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Not old fashioned. What?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Huh? Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand. By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean? Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
No, no.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Souse.
However, there are
I think
3
we're-
empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
What is it, Moo?
Not continue. It's like the same dialogue.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. We can just reread it. Go ahead, Al.
The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
No.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow. You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab. Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her
This is also
ahead
true.
of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko? What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel?
And intermission.
Intermission.
I actually don't think so.
Huh.
There's actually proof.
We'll see. In the next episode.
Where's the pudding?
Where's the flan?
The flan.
Yeah, where's the Rem?
Where's the seesaw effect?
Where's the Scarlet?
The seesaw.
The seesaw effect.
The seesaw. Don't look it up.
The C-section.
The C-section. Alright.
I don't think that's literally the reason why Google search has so many seesaw effect looked up is because of Danganronpa.
Oh, you're kidding. That's
Because it
I am not.
literally. Who the fuck thinks of that word? Like, oh yeah, seesaw effect. Of course. But surprisingly, I watched my recording, which we can take a look at in a second. I instantly got it after getting seesaw.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Sauce. Sauce effect.
Sauce effect.
Well, okay, yeah. That was really fun, actually. Of course, we'll pause here because it's the intermission as per usual, and yeah, I thank you guys for for attending Danganronpa. That was really fun.
I'll call you gay leader, kid.
I had a good time.
Owned.
Owned.
All right. Well, yep. Recording's going good. I will end it. Any last words, anybody?
Tonight.
Seesaw effect.
Seesaw effect.
Seesaw effect.